Hey guys, it's Lisa from twocreatorwebsite.com, and today I want to talk about YouTube subscribers. I want to talk about RSS subscribers. I want to talk about traffic. This video was influenced by just a few emails that I've been getting especially over the past couple of months now that my YouTube subscribers are really increasing. People want to know, how do you only have 40 videos or 45 videos or whatever I have, and you have 8,400 subscribers? I wish I could say that I had some master strategy and say, hey, this is what I do. First, I go look for all the channels that are heavily trafficked or have a lot of subscribers, and I just submit video responses to all of those channels. And then I go to the channels and I leave comments promoting my videos. Guys, I'm sorry. I hate to be boring, but I don't do any of that. I never have. The only thing I do to promote my YouTube channel is I link it from my websites. And my websites are pretty heavily trafficked, so that helps. But the other thing is just that I create videos that I think people want to watch. I try to provide value. I try to provide advice that I think people need. And that's where it starts. And if you watch any other, if you look at any other YouTube user that has a lot of subscribers, they're doing the same thing. They're either entertaining, they're funny, they're informative. And if you think I have a lot of subscribers, check out my homegirl Atia, who has, I think, now 27,000 subscribers, and she's only been on YouTube for a year and a half. I lost count. And she's not doing anything crazy. She's just putting out, she knows her niche, she knows her market, and she's putting out videos that people want to watch. She's using her craft to educate. And when you do that, people will promote your channel for you. Most of my subscribers, I would guess, are from people who, a lot of people favorite your videos. When people go and favorite your video, it shows up on their channel homepage. So all of their people that go to their channel and see their favorites, they'll see your video. So that's one way. When people subscribe to your channel, if they're using the recent feed on YouTube, it'll show up in the recent feed and say such and such has just subscribed to Lisa3876. So if you put out quality stuff, the other YouTubers will do the promoting for you. And when I get these emails from people who are asking me, I don't understand why I can't get any more subscribers, a lot of times I go to their channel and they are promoting some money-making scheme that looks shady. They aren't even making money, but yet they expect everyone to sign up for their program even though they're not making anything with it either. I think that's the worst business strategy you could ever implement online, offline, to start promoting something that you don't have a lot of knowledge about, that you can't believe in, that you're not succeeding with. So many people do that online. They join these money-making programs and they're not making anything, but yet they expect other people to join. Can you imagine if that worked offline like that? Imagine someone setting up a specialty store with a different kind of candy, and you go up to the store and you say, hey, what is this candy you're selling here? And the owner goes, I don't know. It's just, and he just describes maybe the physical aspect of it, but he hasn't tasted it. He doesn't like it because so that wouldn't work offline. But yet people do it online so much. They join these programs and they expect people to buy it because they say it's good, or they say they're making a lot of money, but they have no proof, and most people aren't making the money, so they can't gain that credibility. I learned a big lesson 11 years ago when I got online, and I created a site very similar to Two Creator Website, and it talked about how to make money online. That site failed miserably because I was not yet making a lot of money online. So my content was very uninspiring. It was very, vague. It was kind of paraphrased from all the other sites out there that, people were teaching you how to make money. So there was nothing new on my website. So I tried working on that site a year and a half, 2 years, could never really get over like the 100 visitor a day hump. And I never made a lot of money with it because I wasn't making money. So I was more like a hypocrite. I was talking about things that I really had very little experience with. So I shut that site down, and that same year I launched a site about a soap opera that I used to watch. I don't watch it anymore. I don't have time to watch soap operas anymore. But it was amazing because that site just took off like that. It was a humorous site, and it was a real hit with the teenagers. But I had so much fun updating it, and you could tell that I was really into the show just because my writing was very inspiring, and it was exciting, and it was fun coming up with new content for the site. And just like that, the traffic started coming. I had a forum. The forum was very active. Unfortunately, the site is no longer around. Why is it not around if it was so successful? Well, you have to remember, this was back in 2002, before there was AdSense and all these contextual ad programs. So trying to monetize an entertainment site, especially back then, even today, I think it's very hard because there aren't direct products associated with entertainment websites. So the only thing I think I was promoting on that site was maybe a couple of Soap Opera Digest subscriptions from Amazon.com, and I'd make, Amazon's affiliate program is very, very low. So I was making probably like 30 cents per subscription. It just really wasn't worth keeping the site up. Plus, I stopped watching the show in 2002. So I started running out of things to talk about. So the site just kind of faded. But it taught me a really, really big lesson about creating sites that you have a vested interest in. And so what I took from that is that very same year, I created ToCreateAWebsite.com. And instead of talking about making money online, I was only going to talk about the things that I knew about. So in the early days of To Create a Website, it only focused on hosting. It only focused on, domain names. And it was just advice that I wish I had been taught when I first started my site back in 1998. Very basic. The site was only probably about 10 or 11 pages, but I started getting traffic because there was nothing out there at that time like that. So I started making money by referring my visitors to different hosting programs, and hosting has very good commissions. So I started making a little money. AdSense came about in 2003, started making a little with AdSense. So then I expanded To Create a Website and added the making money portion of it and started giving advice on making money because I was now making money. So I had something to back up my claims. I had paychecks to put on my site to show, hey guys, what I'm doing is working. So that credibility was what I needed to, catapult me to the next level. And that's the problem a lot of you guys are having. You are spending so much time looking for the ways to make money online. You're saying, oh, I got banned from AdSense, let me find something else, or this program's not working, let me try to find this program. People are always asking me, can I recommend them a program to make money online? But nobody ever asked me, Lisa, how do I build credibility? How do I build quality? How do I get people to trust me? Those are the questions you should be asking, because without the credibility, the trust, and the quality of my sites, my videos, I would not have the success that I am having right now. It starts with the quality. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that has trouble getting traffic or making money has low quality sites, because obviously you do have to learn to promote your website. You have to learn how to use the relevant promotion tactics that are around today: Twitter, MySpace, Squidoo, hub pages, forum posting, SEO. You have to learn how to do all those things. But if you don't have the base foundation, which is quality and credibility, then I don't care what you join. I don't care how you promote your site. You are not going to see success. So instead of running around trying to find the quality or the most profitable programs, start with the quality. Say, you know what? Ask me, Lisa, how do I build quality? How do I get people to trust me? And I would say, talk about things you have a vested interest in. Help someone do something. Educate someone, entertain someone, be different than the other sites that are in your niche. And when you have that credibility, it's like everything you touch will turn to gold. Everything you promote, you will be able to sell, because you will have that basic foundation. Prime example, Thesis WordPress theme. You guys know I did a video a few months ago about that. I'm an affiliate for Thesis. Just 3 months ago I joined. 3 months later I've made over $2 grand just promoting Thesis. I haven't done anything special other than making that video and writing a couple articles on my blog. But because I have that base foundation of trust and credibility with my audience, making money is much easier. It's not easy, but it's easier because I have spent the years and years and years building up the credibility. And that's where you guys are struggling. You're so focused, a lot of you, on I got to find a better program that pays better. Or Lisa, what program should I join to make money? First, work on your site. We need to have a quality movement. Forget, this summer, everybody who just started a site within the last month or two, or if you're not making money, Let's stop looking for affiliate programs. Let's just say, you know what? I want my site to be the best fishing site that's out there, or I want my site to be the go-to site for anyone who wants to learn how to play golf. When I created To Create a Website back in 2002, my goal at that time, of course I wanted to make money, but my main goal was to be that site that people go to, beginners go to, when they want to learn how to create a site. I didn't spend much time searching for affiliate programs in the beginning because I knew I wasn't going to make much. I had learned from my other site that failed that I wasn't going to make much unless I built that credibility. So those are the questions you should be asking. Don't ask me what programs you should join, because my success is not so much about the programs I've joined. It's about the fact that I have learned how to build quality content, generate credibility, and promote my site that's relevant for my own, site. But it's been all about the quality. It's been all about the credibility. So until you can do that, until you start getting emails from people saying, wow, this site has really helped me, until you can do that, don't focus on the money, because you're not going to make much. Now, I am talking to people who are trying to make money like me. Affiliate marketers with Google AdSense, affiliate programs. Obviously, if you're trying to make money in a different way, then some of this may not apply. But still, no matter how you're trying to make money, you always have to have credibility and quality. Always. I don't care what you're doing. So that's what you should focus on, and that's why I wanted to make that video. And I know I sound like a broken record to many of you guys who follow me closely, but apparently I need to be a broken record because people aren't listening. They're not getting it. They're still creating YouTube channels, promoting these pyramid schemes when they aren't even making money. And it's a shame, because you're basically being a hypocrite. And yes, I'm calling you out because I can speak on that, because I was operating under that mode years ago, promoting these products and I wasn't even using them, and it's crazy, but I've learned a lesson, and I'm so grateful for those failures because it brought me to today, and I can help you guys. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Now, I cannot make a video the day after Michael Jackson passed and not mention the man. And I was going to do this at the beginning of the video, but I thought, I don't want to distract from people that may not want to listen to that. You're watching this video because you thought my video was about what the title is, so I didn't want to distract from anything. So if you don't want to listen, you can hit the stop button or the back button. But those of you guys who want to listen, yesterday was a rough day for me. It hit me pretty hard, the Michael Jackson death. And, we had 2 in 1. We had Farrah Fawcett and we had Michael. But with Farrah, not to take anything away from her passing, but we kind of expected it, and even a few hours before she died, they had come on TV and said that, it's not going to be long. I was watching The View, and they had mentioned that it's not going to be long. And we knew that she had been struggling. But with Michael, it just hit me like a ton of bricks yesterday. And Michael was such a big part of my childhood. I was born in the mid-'70s, so I was around at the pinnacle of his career, which I would say is Thriller. And I remember back in 1984 watching the Motown 25 special with him doing the moonwalk for the very first time and going back to school the next day, the 2nd grade. And everybody was like, wow, did you see Michael? We were all out at recess, like moonwalking, around the pavement, as best we could. It took me about a year to get the moonwalk, but if I had the right shoes on and it was the right type of floor, I can moonwalk all over the place. So, Michael, wow, he's such a big part of my childhood. I grew up listening to music, and when I think of 80s, I think of Michael Jackson. And I think about those of you guys who are younger than me, like if you were born 85 or later, gosh, the only Michael you saw on TV was the Michael that was in trouble. And it's like you guys had to rely on, the old footage and the old clips. So, wow, I'm just really grateful to have been around. I wasn't around for, much of his career, but, that's much of his great career, I should say. But I was around for the Thriller album, and I'm really glad that I was able to, be around and see him, do the moonwalk for the first time. I wish I could have been around to see him in the 60s on the Ed Sullivan Show, or in the 70s on the Sonny and Cher Show. I listened to my parents talk about that all the time. So I just got to see a very small portion of the highlight of his career. And obviously, he did some stuff in the 80s and 90s that was really good too. But Thriller, man, that was like, in my opinion, the pinnacle of his career. So I just wanted to spread my love to the Jackson family. I can only imagine what they're going through. My heart goes out to them. Michael, thanks for giving us great music. I will continue to pay homage to you in my MP3 player, in my house. You know, I will be bumping that Thriller, that Bad, even that Invincible album in 2002 that nobody bought. That was hot, and I will be playing that one as well. So thanks for giving us, you know, years and years and years of great music, and you will be missed. So thanks for listening, guys. Sorry for going on a tangent, but I know many of you guys loved Michael just as much, so I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to what I was going through and what I'm still going through today. It's still not real. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.